Welcome back. I'm super excited that you've taken the initiative to take the next step forward towards owning your life. Now, as you're going to see in this Getting Started training, the simple steps to success and what it can mean for you and your family. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Now, before we move on to the steps of success, I want to make sure that we emphasize the importance on why we lead with the opportunity and not the product. Now, let me go ahead and tell you about the very uniqueness of what we're about to show you. Let me give you the idea. Let's say you're driving on the freeway or highway somewhere, and all of a sudden you start to see your gas tank go from where it's at to E. The E is approaching, so you start to think, you know what, it's very important for me to fill up. And all of a sudden you see three particular gas stations. Gas station A, let's say it's a nice, well lit up Chevron. Everything's clean and snazzy. Let's say all of a sudden you look over to your right and then you see gas station number 2, which is maybe like a 76. But then all of a sudden you look to your right and you see this gas station number 3. Now, gas station number 3 doesn't have any tenants tending it. It doesn't even have any advertisement. It doesn't have nothing. But let me tell you about the uniqueness of this gas station. What they do and the savings that they actually have for that, they are going to put it back into your pocket for every single person that you refer to this no-name gas station. Gas quality is extremely high, but there's nothing else to it. So all of a sudden what starts to happen is that you say, I know I can refer at least one person to this gas station because if they fill up, they're going to pay me back 10%. Well, that starts to get really exciting. So think about this. Let's say all of a sudden, your first month, you refer your best friend. And your best friend goes to this gas station, he fills up and he spends maybe $100. Well, the following month, you're gonna receive a check for $10. And you think to yourself, wow, that's pretty cool. So all of a sudden, the next month, you know what? You refer one more person to this gas station because who cares about the other ones? This gas does exactly what the other ones do, but this one pays you. But that person that you had referred the month before goes out and refers somebody as well. So ultimately what happens is you referred another person, and that person that you just referred the month previously referred another person. What would happen after the course of a year? Do you realize that you would actually have over 4,000 people going to this gas station because of the simple fact that they can get a referral? Now understand this, if this was you would be getting paid off the efforts of over 4,000 people. But if you referred one person a month, how many people did you actually refer to this gas pump? That's right, in the course of a year, you would only have referred 12 if that was just one a month. Do you see the power and the uniqueness of this particular gas station? Once you understand this concept, everything else from this moment is going to be a breeze. All right, let me ask you this, okay? If this scenario was true, which gas station would you choose? You see, when I ask this to most people, they would say, well, of course, Randy, I would definitely choose the third option. Why? Because it would actually give me the ability to save money on my gas, and if I can refer somebody, I sure as heck would like to get compensated for it. And then the next question I would ask them is, every time you went out and talked to somebody about this gas station, what exactly would you say? Would you mention about the high quality, high grade, high octane? Or would you talk about the opportunity when you referred someone to this gas station to get compensated each and every month? And every time I ask somebody about this question, they always have that aha moment and say, of course, I would definitely talk about the uniqueness of the opportunity versus the product or the quality of the gas. You see, the reason why I was explaining that story to you, because there's a lot of companies out there that have this new product and they launch it and they tell you it's the next greatest thing. And the reality is that only 15% of the market ever cares about their health. Question this, go to your nearest mall and see how many people actually really care about their health that are super fit. It'll actually be a small, narrow window of about 8%. See, what we do is we look for people that want something, which brings that 15% all the ways up to 95%. And the remaining 5%, well, these people pretty much have what they want. We just make them lifelong customers because they probably want to look better and live longer. It doesn't mean that you cannot lead with a product. Just statistically speaking, leading with the product is the slowest way to actually build your organization. You see, on the last video, I was talking about when you lead with the product, when somebody sees that you introduce your nice hot product, they're thinking, okay, they're either A, trying to sell it to me, or B, they want me to sell it. And remember, 95% of the population is deathly afraid of sales. So that's why I'm telling you the best way to lead is with the opportunity, and it's not a selling business. This business, if you really want to be successful, is all about duplication. It's about how fast you can go out and teach someone to go out and sponsor someone. It's not about going out there and teaching them about all the products and what's inside of it. How fast could you actually duplicate if you did that? Not very fast. What we do is we show people how to find people that want something and show them a video or vehicle on how to get it. Have you ever recommended a good book, good restaurant, or even a good movie? How much time and energy did it take for you to think, oh, I have to know all the directors first. I have to know all the locations that they're going to be filming. I have to know who's the actor, what's their salaries, what's the accounting budget. And how much time and training did it take to actually set aside to figure out to go out and teach everybody who's in these films before you recommended that good movie? It probably didn't take no time whatsoever. You just said, hey, I enjoy this concept, this movie. I'm gonna go tell one of my friends about it, especially if they ask, or maybe it just comes naturally. You see, that's exactly what we do. It comes naturally. If you're excited about something, you naturally tell somebody about it. Good book, good movie, good restaurant, or an opportunity that they can actually own their life. Let's come back to the steps to success so you can know exactly what you have to do to move forward with us. Step number one, what you're gonna do is go ahead and get registered. Get back with the person that shared this information with you so you can go ahead and get their link, get everything set up, and get an ID number. And remember, it's free to sign up. Step number two, what you want to do is you want to become active. Why is it so important to become active? You see, every company out there has some bit of overhead to be up and running. Ours is no different. But your monthly overhead is as little as 40 IP. Well, what's 40 IP? 40 international points. So meaning out of a catalog of over about close to 100 things, simply choose the amount that leads to about 40 IP that will get you up and running. And this is what we call our monthly overhead. Think about this. If you were to start your own business with employees, with rent, with insurance, with products, everything, it would easily come out to about $2,000 to $3,000. With our 40 IP, it's on average $50 to $65. That is your complete overhead to participate in the complete compensation. Let me now show you how to get your money back. Let's say you become active with 40 IP. Once you sponsor 3 people that also become active with 40 IP, you'll earn about $100 to about $150. Step number 3, who do we talk to? Now think about this. Let's say we were planning a cruise and you wanted to invite maybe somebody who you really cared about, who you know you would have a lot of fun if they came on this cruise with us. Whoever that person that popped into your mind first, I want you to simply write them down. You see, in our industry, in referral marketing, it's totally different than other industries. We're not requiring you to go out and make a list of 100 to 200 people. Let's sit down and hammer it out. No, you don't need to make a list that long to invite your best friend to come on a cruise with us to have the time and the money to enjoy it. So that's what I want you to do, is think about who the heck you would like to come see, go on vacation or a nice cruise with us. Step number 4 is, what the heck do I say to these people? They're my best friend. Again, guys, we want to keep this super simple. What we like to do is we like to use the third-party approach. Who do you know that would like to make money online? You see, when somebody actually expresses interest that, yeah, I would like to make money online, simply share with them the information, the video, that it does all the explaining for you. And then if they have any other questions, all you simply do is go ahead and put your sponsor on the line so they can simply answer any other existing questions that may come up. Or you may have come across someone who has maybe expressed some interest before, like someone that said, man, I'm tired of my job. I don't get to spend time with my family. I never get to see my spouse. I never get to, spend quality time with my kids. Simply ask them, hey, when you mentioned this to me a while back, were you serious about what you said? Because I think I might have something that can really help you out. Again, we want to keep this super simple. We only do 3 simple things. Number 1 is we look for people that want something. Step number 2 is we show them how to get it. And step number 3, if they have any questions whatsoever, simply link them to your sponsor, because they're a little bit more knowledgeable in the beginning than you are. They can answer these questions with ease, and you will always have the ability to learn from them while you're on the phone. And this is a great asset that you actually have. For those of you that are sitting back watching this thinking, can I do this? How long will it take? And how much money can I actually make? I want to share with you right now what we like to call the power of one. In this example, I'm going to explain to you the 2 most powerful things that you're going to recognize. Number one, the simplicity, but also the potential. So now let's look at the diagram talking about the power of one. You see, what the power of one really actually insinuates is that, number one, we must find people that want something. So let me ask you this. Together with you and your sponsor, do you think it's possible, out of everybody inside of all the 65 countries that we're involved in, that we could find at least one person that wants something? Okay. Once we do, we sponsor them. Now remember this, it's key. Here's a keynote I want you to emphasize. Your business does actually not get started until you sponsored your very first person. I'm going to repeat that. Your business does not officially start until you sponsor your very first person. Everything up to that point, from the time you got active to the time you've sponsored your very first person, we call that training because it's a learning curve that you're going to be going through. So let's go ahead and continue. Now let me ask you this. Part of this simplicity, okay? There's two parts here. Simplicity and potential. Do you think it's possible that you can sponsor one person a month that wants something? Okay, I know you can. So what we're going to do is we're going to work with you on how this works out through a series of about 12 months, okay? So let's say month one, we sponsor one person. Now here's the second most important key to this element, is that we must teach your new person to sponsor some other person as well too. In other words, teach them the power of one. And what that means is if you sponsored one person, the next month we're going to have them go out and sponsor one more person. So as you can see, as the sequence starts to go down, we would have 2, 4, 8, 16. Let's just go ahead and go down to month 12, okay? On month 12, we would have over 2,000 people. But if you combine month 1 through all the way through month 12, we would actually have over 4,000 people. Now understand this. Do you remember what it takes to actually keep your business up and running and active? 40 IP. Now, if everybody did just the minimum 40 IP, that would equate to about $160,000 a month in business. Now, with our comp plan, you will definitely be doing over $24,000 a month in income. Now, the potential is beyond awesome. As a matter of fact, $24,000 a month in income is like equivalent to having about over $6 million in the bank. But what did we do? What do we do, and what did you do with your sponsor? Let's come back to it now. I know these numbers are sounding awesome. We kept it so simple. Yes, some people say, you know what, Randy, I can go out and sponsor, a couple of people a month. That's great. That's great. But remember, the secret is in the simplicity, and the simplicity is sticking to the system. The system is the power of one. In other words, month 1, we sponsor one person, and we teach that new person the same exact thing, is to go out and sponsor one person. Okay? So, and if you want to play with this and have some what I call is some endless sleepless nights, take it to year 2 and take it to year 3 on your own. It starts to get really fun where, boy, your mind starts going at 100 miles an hour. But remember, let's come back to where we started with just right now. And when we get this thing up and running, all we did was focus on sponsoring one person with your sponsor and teaching that person to go out and sponsor one person each and every month. And that, my friend, is the power of one. I hope you can see the opportunity that can change your life. Simply get back with the person and ask them for the link so you can get set up, get active, and plug into our training in our system. Because I know someday we'll see you anywhere around the world on a beach somewhere, having fun, enjoying the life that you deserve. Until then, God bless.